So Vegas released their odds on who they think the Cincinnati Bengals will take with their 18th overall pick. Now, if you don't know how betting works or you're kind of confused about the whole system, here's pretty much the whole rundown. Let me go ahead and actually take off this image real fast. And this is what it is. So if you bet $10 and it says negative before the, it says negative bet. So let's say, well, for example, negative 160. That means if you go ahead and win the bet, you will get $16.25, which is, again, to win $6.25. You get your bet back, plus you get $6.25. So if it's a positive number, so let's say plus 300, right? That means you're going to 3 times your money. So the payout is $40, you get your $10 back, and then you get $30 extra. So hopefully that makes sense. The higher the number, the better. So if it's 800, it's $80, $90 payout, $80 win. So pretty much whatever this number is right here, you times that by every $10 that you're betting. Well, if you were betting $1, it's like that. So hopefully that makes sense. And if you go, like, for example, you bet $10 and it's like, you know, $80 or $8,000, oh, plus $8,000, it's $800 in return. If it's plus $15,000, so on and so on, there you go. So, and actually this would be plus 150K. This would be 15,000. So if it's plus 15,000, it's this. So that's kind of the rundown on betting. If you are going to bet, be very careful. Only bet money that you can lose, and you're okay with losing. It's a very addictive thing. I don't do sponsors on the channel for betting for that said reason. I don't want to be in any way encouraging someone to do something bad. That's why I've turned down a lot of sponsors of gambling, betting sponsors. I just don't feel ethical to promote something that could hurt or harm somebody else, right? On the channel, we want to be all happy, all great, all good, Who Dey Nation. I don't like to promote gambling. Just my personal opinion. Some people do it. I know other YouTubers do it, and that's great. Me personally, just not my cup of tea. All right, so now that we got done that public service announcement, let's talk about it. Who do you think is almost guaranteed for us to take? According to Vegas, it's offensive lineman. That means if you did bet on an offensive lineman, right, you would get $6 back. If you bet $10, you would get $6.25 added back to your original bet. So you make $16. Well, technically, you would get $16 back in the end. The number 2 position, right? And I was kind of surprised about this one, because I thought it was going to be tight end. It's not tight end. I thought tight end because of Brock Bowers, you know. But other than Brock Bowers, the next best tight end is Jatavian Sanders. And he's not going to be going in probably till the second round. And it's defensive lineman or edge rusher, which makes perfect sense now that I think about it. Because outside of Brock Bowers, again, there's really defensive, you know, Johnny Newton, Byron Murphy II, Chop Robinson, Dallas Turner, right? Jared Verse, any of those guys are, if we're not going offensive lineman, those are all the options available. Number 3, again, keep in mind this is plus 430. So, for example, if you were to bet this, this would be, if you bet $10, you would receive back, you'd win $43. Because it's, again, plus 430. That makes sense, yeah. Number 3 is cornerback, which I still am so much on the fence when it comes to corner. If they take corner, I won't be upset, right? I don't want them to take a cornerback. I'd rather them take one of these 2 positions above corner or tight end if Brock Bowers is available. But if they take corner, I understand. And they're going to take best player available, and cornerback might be that said player. The next position is wide receiver. Which, again, if Brian Thomas Jr. is on the board, that's the only receiver I could see them taking. Because Rome Odunze is going to be off the board. Malik Neighbors is going to be off the board. And then again, it would have to be the only option available there would be Brian Thomas Jr. Because after that, it's a drop-off. It's a great receiving class. It's just not for the first round. And then the rest of these, tight end is plus 1,000. So if you think that they're going to take Brock Bowers, and you're like, dude, I have a really good feeling they're going to take Brock Bowers. You bet $10, you make back $100. You 10x your money if you are convinced that they're going to take Brock Bowers. You 10x your money. Linebacker is 5,000, which I think linebacker should be like, okay, quarterback is the lowest. Running back's the lowest, which it's the same odds, but I feel like we would take a running back over a quarterback. I feel like quarterback should be the lowest, or it should not even be on here. Why is quarterback an option? Like, you're telling me that the Bengals are more likely to take a quarterback than a running back in the first round. They're not going to take a running back in the first round. I'm not saying they are. My point is, I think they would more likely take a running back than a quarterback. Okay. And then safety. A linebacker and safety. Yeah. It's funny is I would have safety higher. I think there's more likely to take a safety than a linebacker. This safety class, by the way, is really bad. So that's probably why. The linebacking class is actually pretty good. But I guess now to think about it, no. Because linebacker is a very broad term. You could look at any right outside linebacker, middle linebacker, left outside linebacker. And some of those edge rushers, they are right outside linebackers. So you could even say then. So that's not that crazy. But yeah, offensive line is number one. By far. I mean, that's not even close odds-wise. This is by far extremely number one. But yeah, no. It's funny because Brock Bowers a bust. So if you really think we're going to take Brock Bowers, there's going to be someone on draft night I know who comes to my stream, and they're going to bet like $1,000 that we take Brock Bowers. And they're going to bet $1,000 on this. And what they're gonna walk away, right, with $10,000 on draft night. I just know it. There's gonna be someone says, you know what? I'm taking the bet on Brock Bowers, and I think they're gonna take him. And someone's gonna make back $1,000, and I'm gonna sit there and say, damn. Kind of crazy. But listen, it's possible. But if it's not Brock Bowers, if he's off the board, that's another thing. See, that would be the most frustrating 17 picks to watch. Because if he gets off the board before our pick, you just see your $1,000 go away. Or he's on the board while we pick, and they don't select him. See, that's why you don't gamble. That's why you don't gamble. Because I couldn't imagine if I put $1,000 on Brock Bowers as a pick. And, I mean, it has to be Brock Bowers. You're not taking Jatavian Sanders at the 18th overall pick. And it's like Brock Bowers is available. And they go, we really like Byron Murphy the second more. Somebody jumping out the window. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you at the next one. Peace.